dealing with several variables, you need to know a few definitions. The first one is the degree. Degree with two variables is just the addition of those variables. So if we look at the degree of this, let's go here, that would be 2 plus 1 because the exponents are 2 and 1, so we get 3. So that's what this one. This one is 1 plus 1, which is 2. And then this one only has a 1, so there's a degree of 1. So the highest one is the degree of the polynomial. The coefficient is also, the number that is in front of these variables. So we have a coefficient of 1/4, we have a coefficient of -2, and so forth. So we have coefficient and degrees. So if we want to add with two variables, we don't do anything different. We still look for like terms. So if we look right here, these have the same exact letters, same exact exponents. So I add the numbers, but the letters do not change. And if I look at the -5xy and the +2xy, that would be a -3. The letters do not change. And then my last are just numbers, so I get a +1. So there's my answer at adding. Subtracting is not any different. We still are going to do like terms, so we have a x cubed here and x cubed here. The difference is all of these must change signs, and I'm going to add. So I have a -3 and a 5, which gives me a 2x cubed. I have a -9x squared, and now this is a positive, so it's a -3x squared y. I have a +3x squared, and now this becomes a positive, so that's just a 5x y squared. Notice that the letters never change. And then if I look at my -4, but I have a -3, that becomes a -7 when I add. So here is the key factors. You need to change subtraction and change all those to the opposite sign. Multiplying monomials is pretty simple in terms of all we do is multiply the numbers and add the exponents of the same letters. So 2 plus 3 is 5, and 1 plus 2 is 3. There's my multiplication. If I have plus signs, I still distribute through, so 3 times 4 is 12. X squared and x cubed is x5, and y1 and y2 is y3. But now I multiply this times this part, so I distribute. So now I get a -18, and it becomes y to the 4th. If I'm adding, let me go back here, erase this. I get -18, I get x to the 4th and y squared. And then when I distribute the last part over here, I get a +6x squared y. Now because none of these are like terms, that means they don't have the same letter with the same exponents, that is their answer. And this last problem is just FOIL. So first times first is 3x squared. Outside times outside is a -5xy. Inside times inside is +12. And I'm going to put them in alphabetical order, x, y. And then 4y times -5y is a -20y squared. These two are like terms. So when I add them, I get 7xy minus 20y squared. So there's my answer, and all I did on this problem was FOIL.